Years ago, I met a woman in Chicago who's been working to change the growing number of kids affected by violence in her neighborhood with a program that she runs out of her own home called Kids Off the Block. Please welcome the woman bringing hope to kids in her city, Diane Latiker. How you doing, Diane?
I'm doing fine, Steve. How are you?
Good to see you again.
You too.
The program you're in, it literally helps kids off the street and back into the classroom or into the workforce. Why were you compelled to run this out of your own home?
Well, my husband and I have 8 kids of our own, 4 boys and 4 girls. We had one at home. Aisha was the last one, 13. I wanted to make sure she graduated high school and went to college. So I was hanging out with her and her friends, right? My mom saw it. She said, you should do something with those kids. They like and respect you. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to be free after Aisha's gone.
Yeah.
I thought. But it didn't happen like that. There was a higher power that said, do something with them. Sat down and listened to them. The boys were being chased by the gangs. They all were failing in school. I was just a mom, but I wanted to help them. So I sold our family TV, got some new used computers, and started helping them with homework. That's how it all started.
So how many kids did you start with, and how many are part of the program today?
We started with 9 kids from the neighborhood. Then in the span of almost 3 months, there were 75 kids in our 3-bedroom apartment, day and night. We just celebrated 15 years, and so there's been thousands that's been through our programs, that's been to events.
Really?
Like, we feed like hundreds of kids and their families for Thanksgiving. Really? Then every year we give 250 families toys for Christmas.
Tell people what the neighborhood is like where these kids are from.
Sorry. It's gang infested, y'all. It's the kids feel they have no other choices. That's one of my biggest issues. Is giving those kids hope, making them believe that they have people in their community who care about them, can help them. And so it's a lot of violence. It takes a lot for people to come out of their houses. They're scared. I'm scared. My van has been shot up. I had 2 gang leaders arrested in front of my house because they threatened me because kids wanted to get out of the gang. I'm sorry. I always get emotional. People say I shouldn't, but it's hard. I lost 5 young people to violence in the last 2 years that I was helping personally. And so it's a rough battle. But if we don't do it, if we don't do that, who's going to do it for us? Those kids need somebody.
See, I think the reason I wanted you to kind of talk about the neighborhood, see, people who are not from conditions like this, they can't really understand. Well, why don't they just go to school? Why don't they just get an education? Why don't they move? Well, let me tackle a couple of them. Why don't they just get educated? They going to school, but you gotta get to the school. And on the way to school, I can't even tell you what happens, what's presented to these young people on the way to school. The other point is they always say, why don't they move? Poor people can't just move. You move where? You understand? You in the projects, you deep in the hood. You got to find another place that you can afford. Well, guess what that other place is?
In the hood.
In the other hood. Across town, but the same conditions are there. So there's no getting out. I just want people to be a little bit more sympathetic to what young people go through who live in these conditions. If you are born into poverty, the average American has a 4% chance of escaping it.
Yes, sir.
If you go into the African American community that's poor, the number drops below 4. What do you think a solution to this could be?
I would like to see our kids invested into. They should not be on the bottom of the totem pole. I hate that their perception. I do. I hate the perception is that all black young people are bad and that all they want to do is kill and carry. I hate it.
Right.
So I try to counter that with positive stuff. Number 2, I want to see our communities invested into. Kids shouldn't have to worry about their school closing, mental health facilities closing, no grocery store. Why is that put on a kid? That shouldn't be there like that, Steve.
Exactly.
And 3rd, I wish everybody would decide to just help young people. Period.
Yeah. To get done what she's talking about, it's going to take everyday people, not rich people, but everyday people with a $5 contribution, we have $10 contribution. You were honored by L'Oreal Cosmetics as one of their women of worth.
Yes.
What's that experience been like for you?
Man, that's been phenomenal. I get chills even thinking about it because they said, you're worth it, Diane, and we want to help you. And they've been helping us ever since, too, to build the organization, to get exposure, to help the kids that we service, right? And so Carly Close, she did a fundraiser after I spoke in New York at the awards ceremony. I came home, I see this going down my Facebook timeline, this model saying, help her get this house next door. And I'm like, wait a minute, is she talking about me? And so she raised $55,000, y'all. Yeah, give it to her. The building next door was $80,000. L'Oreal came in and paid the rest of it, right? So the building is going to be a technology entrepreneurship center that's going to teach kids young skills.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, and so many people are, for the work that you're doing. You're saving it on the grassroots level. It don't take a lot to save a child.
No.
It takes something to save a child. You got to instill a belief in a young person.
Yes.
Hey, look, we want to help you out, So what we're going to do is we're going to give you $5,000. So you continue to help the city of Chicago. That's just a little bit. We're going to see if we can't do more for you. We're going to put some eyeballs on your program and see if we can't really help you out. Best of luck to you, Diane.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diane.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, look, if you want to contribute to Kids Off the Block, head over to SpeedTV.com. We'll be right back.